Okay, folks, I can even begin to tell you which episode this is, but I've got to work on some more introductions. I'll do these ladders over here. I tried to film this once and had my camera vertical the whole time, so I'm going to start again and do it right. Start at the top here. This is a Purple Sands cherry. Um, I left this one long because I wanted to get some extra growth out of this. See if I could, thicken up that branch a little. I'm fairly certain this is alive. It looks really nice down at the roots here. Of course, the sun isn't hitting it right now because it's too high, but yeah, it's got a pretty decent structure to it. Some of the soil is washed out over the time. But yeah, we'll see how that does this season. Purple Sands Cherry. This here is a couple mulberries, two separate stumps. I have more of these that I might still collect if these made it. Um, Great, I'll throw them in, but I want to do a forest planting with these because I think that would look really cool. And those are just, curb planted or curb grown, bird dropped seeds that became little plants. Probably about 6 or 7 years old, those mulberries. This is a privet that I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. Right now, I'm leaving that one long bit. It was in a tree that fell down and was tangled in the roots. It may have made it in those roots, or it may have just been, destroyed by weather washing away all that. There we go. Weather washing away all the soil around it. So that is a privet. This is the one rosemary that I think might have actually survived this winter. I did not stop eating that. I did not. I did not. Oh, she's just smelling. Never mind. I did not bring these in. I didn't give them any kind of protection. They were just up here. I think the coldest it got up here was like 25 Fahrenheit, -5, -6 centigrade. It was green until this last freeze, so I think it's okay. I think it just needs to grow some new leaves and keep pumping. This is I think it's an elm. I'm not 100% on that. It's a field collected specimen from, not field collected, but like an old property. This is one of the ones that was just there on the side of the sidewalk. Grabbed it, um, and I'm going to try to stick with this twin trunk up here and have a more upright. This root will go. Right now, it's just planted to get it into a pot, make sure it could recover. It looks like it has. I mean, it looks quite alive. Some of these branches look like they died back, but they're, you know, skinny doesn't mean dead. We'll see what happens with that. I won't be upset if it dies, but I'll be really excited if it doesn't. This one is one of two pawpaws. I showed the other one before. I got them as little seedlings, probably about as big as just this top part here. And this one's growing nice too. It actually has decent taper, considering it's not, getting too nuts. It hasn't started to bud out yet, but that's about right for pawpaws in the area. That this is my rosemary that I don't think made it. I cut it back. It did have leaves on all these, but I don't think this one's alive at all. It's still in the nursery, soil too, so that didn't help. Um, yeah, so that's a little rosemary. Had a cool trunk, I thought. Decent thick trunk for rosemary, but if it's gone, then it's gone. Rosemary easy to get. I can take a cutting from my mother's too. This is a privet, just a little guy. It appears to be alive as well, though some of these smaller, finer branches may have died back just because not enough insulation, not enough heat. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. My privets are starting to leaf out, so if this one doesn't leaf out soon, I'll assume it didn't make it. Just a little twisty guy. This is a root over rupee. If anybody plays The Legend of Zelda, like a little white rupee there. I think it's like, not even in the game, but it's a grape, wild grape. It was doing okay. The problem is it started to seem like it was, root rotting. So I repotted it, found out it had almost no roots on it. All the roots I thought I had were from something else. So now it is, it may not have made it through the winter. It was trying to regrow roots. It had a couple white roots coming off of it. I didn't disturb those. Those went in the soil, but this one may not have made it. If not, that's fine. I'll do another root over rupee. Legends of Zelda themed vine of some sort, I'm sure. This one is a Chicago Hardy fig. I had air layered this off the top of the larger one, which is a couple above it. Of course, some of the roots became untangled. Unfortunately, I did half of an air layer, so only this side has those nice radial roots. This will probably be the front. Um, that branch back there will probably be cut off, and it might even have roots on it to be used as a cutting. These are really easy to take cuttings off of. I don't know if you can see here, but I had just scraped it yesterday, and it's green. So there's something on this is alive. I think I've got some buds swelling. Not ready to pop yet, but starting to grow in. So this is a good one. There's even some more green right here. I don't know how, but a little green there that I must have scraped by accident too. I was worried it didn't make it. It's got interesting things like that. I don't know what's going on there. I think this tree did have ants in it at one point too, so it may be that it's mostly hollow and there's ants in it. No clue. I like it. It's in a pretty deep pot, but I want to keep it growing. This is like one of my prides and joy. This is my exposed root Osage orange. I didn't even know where my front was going to be. I just kind of was training it honestly, probably like this. Maybe there. I did wire the branches on this to give them that radial, spread. Bifurcation's kind of nice. I'm probably a little too close right here. Sorry, it's hard to do this without hitting these really sharp corners. A little close right there, but um, not a big deal. I can lose that bottom branch and not worry about it too much. Right now, I think when this thing fills out, it'll fill out real nicely. These are going to be my primary branches, so anything beyond this will be like really fine branches, I hope, and I'll just be able to continue to develop this. Um, yeah, this is seed grown. I think it's 3 or 4 years old. I can't remember. But we took one of those big Osage orange, heads, threw it in a pot, and got dozens of these. So these are a native species to I think most of the um, let's say northeast, but it's northeast kind of. They were considered extinct at one time, and they found a grove of them growing in Pennsylvania. So this is a tree that came back from the brink of extinction, like one single grove, and now they're everywhere. They're great hedgerow trees. They're also called hedge apple. So we're putting these at my mom's farm, where she's going to be putting her horses and retire to help put more native species in. These, along with persimmon and pawpaw and red cedar, we're going to try to put native species in there, not just for selfish reasons that we like native species, but also they do a better job with making sure the rest of the ecosystem does really nice. They're kind of designed for the ecosystem, versus some of these trees are not. Yeah, so that's the hedge apple Osage orange. Then we got, well, quite a bit. This is cutting off of this. This is a cutting off of this. This is my base to my Chicago Hardy Fig. I got it from a nursery. There's nursery stock in a big pot. Um, it is actually, I think it's budding out. Yeah, these buds are starting to look nice. It's very much alive. This thing is virtually impossible to kill. Uh, So nice white bark. A lot of these had darker bark. I like the lighter color of this bark, so I got it for that reason. The roots were all over the place. I did cut some of these short, but this big lumpy mass appealed to me so much. I'll probably end up either air layering it or cutting it back again and doing a smaller formal upright. Again, pretty deep pot. Um, yeah, but a lot of my edible fig are cuttings or air layers off of this. I think this one was a root sucker and this one was a root sucker. First root sucker off of this plant, and I just replanted it and it's doing great. Um, yeah, they both appear to be trying to. They'll probably fail a couple times, freeze, and buds will die. This is one I'm also really proud of. This is the back of it. The front looks a little better. I know there's some funky roots there, but I'm not worried about roots strangling or anything like that. This is a crepe myrtle. I saw this. Dang, that is a beautiful root flare, root base. It's so interesting to look at. I love crepe myrtles anyways because they're really easy to grow. So it's kind of a twin, triple, quad, five trunk. I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing as far as getting rid of these. I might keep it as a clump. I left just this one long. It hasn't started to bud out yet either, or it hasn't started to swell and bud yet either. But it is still alive. It is probably going to continue to grow and thicken this up a little bit more. I thought it was just too small. I want it to kind of, fill in the space better. If not, I can cut it short and have a shorter, trunk there. I can remove it altogether and not feel bad. Let roots grow in this section. But for now, I'm going to leave it and just let it grow. It's got, you know, quite a few things in the way, quite a few low branches on there. And I just really thought it was interesting. So picked it up, chopped most of it down. I haven't really done any branch selection or anything like that. I'm just kind of letting it grow right now to um, picking up that one branch. So that's the two ladders. I think I've introduced everything else in another video other than a couple I've got inside. So thank you for watching. Comment if you'd like to comment, like if you'd like to like, and subscribe if you like what you saw here. Have a great day.